Hello, folks. Hope everyone is well. By now, we have passed the turbulence of the eclipses and that very difficult Mercury retrograde season. So, to speak about month of May, which is calmer in comparison, but also, I think it will be more pleasant in many ways. So, if you prefer to read the overall trends for the month of May, see my website for more details. Yeah, so let's get into this. So what's happening in May? The highlights. Well, we have a Mars-Rahu conjunction in Pisces. We also have a combust Venus. And of course, the biggest news this month is the movement of Jupiter into Taurus. I made a separate video on that, so have a look at that for more details. In fact, the first day of the month, Jupiter starts its movement in the sign of Taurus to stay until May the 15th, 2025. This movement is excellent for Earth signs as well as for fixed signs. It's a transit where Jupiter's movement through Venus's sign will bring a focus on creating wealth and abundance for many people. It's a good time to make long-term investments. Oh, and also, it's also an excellent transit to learn occult, Jyotish, and like these kinds of subjects, right? So to hear more about it, tune into the video that I've made. Now, Mercury has crossed the conjunction with Rahu and is quickly on its way out of Pisces once again, right? The last time Mercury was at the spot was March 26th when it entered Aries briefly, only to return to Pisces. And now after crossing its Ganatha zone, Mercury will re-enter Aries on May the 10th. By now you should have undergone some kind of transformation with Mercury-related matters. Some shift would have been there. Endings, beginnings, and now there's like finally some kind of forward movement. See what Mercury rules in your chart to see where you were impacted. I mean, this is especially the case if you were like Virgo or Gemini. You could have felt some big shifts. Expenses may have shot through the roof with Mercury in Pisces, especially with Venus also being combust. With Rahu close by Mercury in Pisces, here Mercury will come up with new ways to solve problems that are very clever, very unorthodox for the first, the first 10 days of the month, whether the issue coming up is related to communications or to money matters or relationship problems. There will be a creative solution for it. With Rahu and Mercury in Pisces, it's best to make sure that you're reading the fine print. Communications, especially written ones, should be double checked by advisors where possible, by experts, yeah. But even before Mercury moves into Aries on the 10th, we have a new moon in Aries on May the 7th in the nakshatra of Bharani. A new moon in Aries is an omen for new beginnings. See what Aries represent in your chart to see where you can experience this new beginning. But of course, we're talking about Bharani. So an ending may have to precede that new beginning. Venus is close by, Venus being the controlling planet of Bharani. So we know that a new relationship can feature at this time. It could be some opening with your financial situation as well. A complete reformation of an old relationship can also be there, right? Bharani tends to bring transformation wherever it impacts. And here that's Venus, because Venus is also in Bharani situated at this time. We also have Uranus close to the sun at this time, so there could be some surprises in the relationship department. Maybe your status in your relationship could change, right? There could be new commitments for some people. And for some, there could be severing of ties so you can finally move on. With Saturn's aspect on Aries still, it's a time when you can be clear about your relationship needs. With Venus and Moon close by, there can be overindulgence also at this time. This can be related to relationships. It can be related to food, so exercise some caution. When Mercury moves into Aries on May the 10th, there can be disagreements with others, as we have a combust Venus, and Mercury is moving through Mars' sign. Mercury stays in Aries till May the 31st. So, from May 15th till June 15th, the Sun is moving into Taurus. Its usual monthly movement, this time into Taurus, where it joins its friend Jupiter for a month. It's nice, of course, that Sun receives another transit with Jupiter, as it did in Aries in April. And now the Sun is also out of the gaze of Saturn. Right, so and it's going to be boosted by its friend Jupiter. Excellent time for financial transactions, signing contracts, investments. Jupiter, however, will not fare as well as the Sun, because it's going to go combust when the Sun gets so close to it. From approximately May 7th till June the 1st, Jupiter will be combust. Not a good time to get married when Jupiter is combust. Yeah. May 19th, Venus joins the Sun and Jupiter and Taurus and stays until June the 12th. Venus is in dignity in Taurus. It's in its own sign. But of course it is combust. I've spoken about the Venus combustion in a separate video also. How it can manifest as lots of expenses, actually. Feeling distant in relationship, pursuing your own goals rather than with your partner. But it's an excellent Venus transit nonetheless for improving your image, your appearance in some way. Perhaps buying new clothes or beauty items. Rahu is in exact conjunction with Mars on the same day when Venus moves into Taurus, which is on the 19th of May. Not the best time to get advice, actually, or any other kind of Jupiter-related action that you're taking. Education, you might see some hiccups there at this time. Travel, you may see some hiccups at this time. You, of course, may be spending a lot on big items. You could be starting something new. And then there could be some hiccups there, right? Like new business, project, new job. Normally it's a difficult conjunction with Mars and Rahu, but to some extent the fire gets diffused in Pisces. But it is not helpful that the Lord of Pisces, which is Jupiter, is combust at this time. Right? So you may not be seeing a situation clearly. There could be confrontations also at this time. If you're traveling, take extra precaution. On May 23rd, we have a full moon in Scorpio in the nakshatra of Anuradha. There will be a culmination at this time of the ongoing discussion related to finances. It could be joint resources with your partner. Some could be taking your relationships to the next level. This full moon is getting the aspect of Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, and Venus, making it a very powerful full moon. See where Scorpio falls in your chart. This is the area that is getting lit up at this time. It's here that you will receive some blessings and some pleasant surprises. At this time, we have an exact conjunction of Jupiter and Venus also in Taurus, promising growth in money. Maybe your family is growing. Maybe there's an addition to your family through marriage, for instance. There's lots of relationship energy this month. Venus is featured in both of the moon cycles. So there's a lot of thinking about relationships, spending time with, your relationship partner, getting to know other people, socializing. There's a lot of energy with that, but there are some hiccups as well. There will be a definitive direction in relationships for some people. And certainly there will be new beginnings for some people also at this time. Yeah. That's all for now. All the best, folks. Cheers.